This is Robert Kraft, and I'm coming to you live on SNN.Live, and we're at the LD Micro Invitational 2019 in Bel Air, California. With me right now is Neil Seeman from RIWI, publicly traded company, two symbols for you, RIWI in the U.S. and RIW on the CSE. Neil, welcome to SNN.Live.
Thank you very much. Great to see you again, Robert. Thank you.
Great to see you too. So for our audience, let's start off with an overview of the company. We'll go from there.
Yeah, thank you, Robert. So we're a global trend tracking predictive analytics company. We work for the humanitarian aid sector, international security, and increasingly in the finance sector.
So let's get an update from you. You know, I think we had you on here, I think October of last year. What's been going on in the company since then?
Yeah, thanks. So we're collecting predictive data around the world, and three big updates. I mean, the one that gets a lot of attention, of course, is that we have been consecutively profitable for 3 quarters, which is rare and beautiful for a technology play these days. But the other two big developments is we're getting a lot of attention for our differentiated data collection in China, so continuous predictive sentiment all across China. And the third point riding on that is just about 10 days ago, we won the big Battle of the Quants Award in New York City for the financial community. Just growing recognition among finance, hedge funds, global macro funds, sell-side research banks that we're delivering differentiated data to generate alpha.
So I have 2 questions to follow up, that I think we've covered a couple times, but I just have to ask again. What's the size of the total addressable market, which I'm guessing is the trend analytics market? And then how do you price your product for these various markets?
Thanks. So total addressable market is, short answer is I don't know, right? It's huge, right? So you just look in finance, it's probably such a small portion of that $150 trillion in assets that's deployed around the world that is currently using alternative data and different data sets to differentiate themselves, but it's massively growing, right? Especially if anyone cares about China, and everyone in finance does care about China or should care about China. And then, of course, in security, when it matters to national security, it is huge. But these are, trillion-dollar markets, right? And then you asked about pricing, right? So pricing in this sector, we price for those who value data. So we don't treat our data like popcorn, and neither do our clients. So we basically book a month-long engagement or contract. Sometimes we give them sort of historic data in advance, and then we size that out to an annual contract with renewable option years.
And then, from what you can tell us as a public company, just like we did back in October, right now, what are some of the company's growth drivers now moving forward?
It's all about sales. So it's all about sales. So, people ask, hey, what keeps you up at night? What keeps me up at night is just finding that next saleswoman, salesman, who can just deliver on our amazing marketing materials, who can run up and down New York City and tell our story really elegantly, very clearly. And we're lucky now to be getting that market awareness within that sector and other sectors where we can really drive. So it's all about sales and sales systems.
One more question on that point, what's the typical sales cycle? Is it usually a long cycle, or is it one of those where they see it, they're like, all right, we get it, let's do it right now?
Yeah, it's a bit of both, right? So, on average, it might be 9 to 11 months. But that being said, there's some that are immediate, quick action cycles, whether it's political in nature, certainly, or whether it is finance in nature, and they really care about something hot in China. It can be very quick.
And Neil, where can our audience go and find more information about RIWI?
Thank you. You can come to our website, RIWI.com, or on the CSE as well. Thank you.
And please show everybody your shirt. What do we got going on here?
We got the Raps Game 3 tonight in LA. A large number of people supporting us in LA. That's great. Go Raps.
All right, let's go. Thanks. My name is Robert Kraft. I'm coming to you live on SNN.Live. We're at the LD Micro Invitational 2019 in Bel Air, California. With me again has been Neil Seeman from RIWI, publicly traded company, two symbols, RIWI in the U.S. and RIW on the CSE. Go Raps.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.